my potential, my energy? Or perhaps you ask yourself the question, am I truly fulfilled, content, satisfied, or happy? These questions are a great way to check in on yourself once in a while. But if you're like me and you have been asking these questions for months, then it might be time to ask the additional question of why. Hello, my name is Hyemin, and today I hope to introduce a formula that will help you get to a point in your life where you can confidently say that you are fulfilled and happy. So these questions look at accomplishments and happiness, two factors I believe that all humans strive for. According to Forbes magazine, all humans crave safety, belonging, and matter. Now, I want to draw your attention to the word to matter. To matter means to be of importance, to have significance. So why does mattering matter? Well, going back to our article, Christine Comerford states that before we seek self-actualization, the smart state, we must feel safety, belonging, and mattering. Without these three essential keys, a person cannot get in their smart state. They cannot perform, innovate, feel emotionally engaged, agree, move forward. Now, she also references the Maslow hierarchy of needs, and you see that self-actualization is at the top. So what is self-actualization? What is the smart state? According to Simply Psychology, self-actualization is the complete realization of one's potential and the full development of one's abilities and appreciation for life. They also state that it is at the top of the pyramid and not everyone reaches it. But I believe that everyone wants to reach it. So, how? Well, today I would like to show you how to build good habits, which in turn will build good routine, and which in turn will build a good sense of self. We will feel prouder, and we will feel like we matter in this world. And the mattering that I will be focusing on is self-mattering, because it's almost impossible to matter to everyone in this world, but we need to realize that the most important person to matter to is ourselves. So habits stacked on top of each other make a routine, and routines stacked on top of each other creates a lifestyle, and that lifestyle, in turn, creates us. So I would like to introduce a formula that will help us create good habits. But just to summarize what I just said, I think these 4 quotes do an excellent job. Sow a habit and you reap a character. Sow a character and you reap a destiny. We first make our habits, then our habits make us. I am habit, also glorying in our sufferings, because we know that suffering produces perseverance, perseverance character, and character hope. So the formula I would like to introduce today is called removal, addition, and substitution. So how do we implement this formula in our lives, and what exactly is it? Well, first we're going to write a list. We're going to write a list of all the habits that we already obtained, the ones that come naturally to us. Now you may be like, I don't have any habits. Yes, you do. Brushing your teeth every morning is a habit. Waking up at a certain time is a habit. You're going to write down your daily, weekly, and perhaps even monthly habits. Now write down even the ones that you're ashamed of, because you need to be honest with yourself to improve yourself. Next, we're going to create another list, a separate list. This list is going to contain the habits that we want to obtain. To make this easier, envision your highest self or someone you admire. Think about the qualities and attributes that they possess. For example, if you want to be fit, then a habit to replace that would be to work out. Now we're going to distinguish. Going back to our first list, we're going to sort them into 3 categories: harmful, beneficial, and mediocre. These words may sound a bit extreme, but we need to see them for what they are, because they have a tremendous amount of influence on us. After that, we're going to implement our formula. So first of all, remove. We're going to look at the harmful habits and remove them. Personally, I'm in the process of removing my habit of scrolling. Now, scrolling in itself isn't inherently bad. That I've been scrolling for hours, and that in itself is going to damage my mental health and my cognitive. So I'm removing it, but not in the way you may think. For example, I still scroll, but I am removing the version of myself that scrolls in the morning as soon as I wake up, or in the night right before I go to bed. I'm also trying to remove the version of myself that scrolls for more than 30 minutes in one sitting. This helps us see the habit for what it is and help us dissect it further. Because habits all have a reward. That's why we keep coming back to it. For example, scrolling, we get to numb out our emotions for a short while. That's why we keep coming back to it, personally. So we're going to remove that. Now, at this point, you want to assess your situation. If your habit is extremely harmful, you want to aim to remove it completely from your life. Also, note how I'm saying the words process, progress, and aiming. That's because you can't just remove your habit in an instant. That's impossible, and it will make it more likely for you to relapse and go back to your old habits. So instead, I suggest you go slowly but strongly, firmly but gently. Next, we're gonna add. Remember the list, the second list. We're gonna add them. So we're gonna create situations also where we do more habits that benefit us. And if in the second list, if a habit that you want to add is crocheting, then you can try to create crocheting easy. For example, you can get out all your materials, just lay them on bed, and then that will inspire you to just start. We can also use this method for situations that are hard to change, for example, school. If there's a class you don't really like, you can add the habit of using your favorite color to take notes. Now substitute. This is easily the hardest or easiest part of our formula. This is where we take any type of habit, mediocre, beneficial, or harmful, and substitute it with something even better. For example, if you love to watch movies, you can substitute it with reading a book once in a while. If you love to read heavily realistic and emotional books, swap it for a lighter genre if you see that is negatively influencing you sometimes. Substitution can be a permanent or a once-in-a-while thing. Remove, add, and substitute. So there you have it, the formula. I sincerely hope that this formula helps in guiding your life and your habits. And I hope that the Maslow hierarchy of needs reminded you of the things that you can achieve. Also, if you go back to your old habits, please don't be hard on yourself, because we're all humans. Go back to the drawing board and think about what works for you and not. And just as a reminder of why habits are important, remember that humans are creatures of habits. And also, if you don't reach the top, just know that you're a whole lot of steps, or even one step closer than where you started. Thank you.